Hi, it's Nan on the Path, and I've been picking Mayflowers. There's nothing that smells so sweet as a bouquet of Mayflowers. They were my mom's favorite flower, but they also have a special memory for me. Hi, Sam girl. Okay, sit down. That's a girl. I only got 2 hands. And I had a special friendship my whole life. When we were 11, and I thought that we would be married and have a horse farm together. That was my dream as an 11-year-old. And he was the first boy who kissed me. And I lived on a trail horse farm. And us kids used to gather there and ride the horses and work in the barn. And, what a place for kids to play and grow up. Like, I have very cherished memories there. And anyway, as we went through to school together and came in and out of each other's lives, and I loved him. I was also married, but how you can be in love with 2 people at the same time. But I did. And I think you can be in love with several people at the same time. And not that we ever crossed the boundary to be incorrect or because he get married and I get married. But we kept in touch. And somehow we helped each other on our life paths. And that song that I'm just one phone call away. I forget the artist's name. I'm just one call away. When I listen to that song, I think of him because there was many times that I called him through my life as he kind of grounded me and reeled me in. And some of my conversations were way out there crazy, like crazy. And he was also a spiritual man, and some freaky stuff happened to me in my life that he was able to be a part of, and to help ground me and to help see me through. And sometimes he challenged me, and sometimes I'd get so angry and I'd walk away, and I'm like, I don't want to talk to you ever again. And he would just accept me for who I was, and then I'd let him back in again, and we spent 50 years like that. With each other, helping each other, supporting each other, challenging each other. And in his last year, when we both were not married, we were unable to ever really be together, but emotionally we were there for each other. And in his last year, we called each other almost every morning, 8 o'clock in the morning before we started the day. And that was our time together. That was extra special. And for some reason, when I see Mayflowers, they remind me of him. Mayflowers, they're resilient, they're in nature. They're kind of, a little rough around the edges where you find them. Very remote. You can't plant them in your flower garden. You can't control them. But they're delicate and sweet. Yes, they are. Okay. So, I encourage you, in your travels, in your walks. Look at this. Jeez. Find yourself a Mayflower, and maybe remember someone who is important on your life path, who comes in and out, who reminds you of who you are. that's kind of a little bit outside of your direct family and your relationship, but somehow it's really important. I'll remember you always. I'll remember you always. Just know. And there were sometimes that we sat near a pond and just kind of talked about life. I'll remember that always too. I'll remember you always. Life's like that sometimes. Special people in your life to help remind you who you are. And love comes in many, many forms.